So, hey everybody, my name is Ankit Singh, student of PE Computer Science and Engineering, and today we are going to discuss about environment management systems. So, the environmental management system and its application. An environment management system is a comprehensive framework that helps to organizations effectively manage their environmental impacts and continuously improve their environmental performance. By improving an EMS, business can be reduce their environmental footprint, comply with regulations, and demonstrate their commitment to sustainability. Introduction to Environmental Management Systems. A systematic approach. An EMS provides a structured process for identifying, managing, and improving an organization's environmental aspects and impacts. Continuous improvement. The EMS framework encourages ongoing review and enhancement of environmental practices to drive continuous improvement. Stakeholder engagement. EMSs involve employees, customers, suppliers, and other stakeholders in environmental management and decision making. So, the benefits of using or implementing an EMS or environmental management system. So the first one is environmental benefits, and means we are going to talk about the advantages. First, the environment advantage to the environment. We are going to reduce the resource consumption. Means instead of generating the new products or making the new products from the new resources, we can use the 3R principles to reuse the wastes and by and producing the same product. So by using that, we are reducing the consumption. Waste generation, instead of throwing it to the waste, we are making again a new product which is reusable. And environmental footprints. The second one is financial benefits. The cost saving from improved efficiency, reduced compliance costs, and enhanced brand reputations. So using the EMS tag or that particular logo, the brand reputation genuinely increase. They get respect among the audience and their product get more popularity. And using that 3R principles, we are using the resources in more uh, benefited way, which indirectly affecting the financial benefits of the company. The third one is the organizational benefits. That means the improved compliance, employee engagement, and overall environmental stewardship. Means whenever the employees are getting more and more motivated to working for the company, which is more oriented towards the sustainable development. So when the companies are signing this EMS bond and working in the particular standards of EMS, the uh, employees are working in more engaged for the company. So the key components of EMS includes the environmental policies, a clear statement of an organizational environmental commitment and objectives. So the environmental policy means some statements or some group of uh, laws or sets which are provided by as given as the standard which must be followed, and the planning, which means to identify the environmental aspects, assessing impacts, and setting objectives and targets. So the planning stage, we identifying what type of environmental problem we are going to deal with, and we take the different aspects of that, and then we set the objectives according to that and the targets also which we want to achieve, and then we start the implementation. Means we are going how we are gonna bring it to the practical approach, we are going to establish the organize operational controls. We define different roles, assign the different roles to the different persons, and responsibility providing the trainings. So IUC 14001, the global EMS standard. So we are going to talk about the International Standardization Organization, where the 14001 is the global EMS standard. The standardized approach, the ISO 14001, provides a consistent, globally recognized framework for implementing and certifying an EMS. So here we are going to know about more about this ISO 14001. And the second one is worldwide adaptation. Over 3 lakhs organizations in the 171 countries are certified to ISO 14001. Means in this is widely recognized the EMS standards worldwide. This for ISO 14001 and the continuous improvement. So there is since so many countries and people are involved in this organization and following this ISO 14001, the continuous review and the flaws being reviewed by each and every person and the board of directors, and they consistently make changes and improve it day by day. So the standard require organization to continually review and enhance their environmental performance. So assessing the environmental impact and risk, energy consumption, evaluate the environmental impacts of an organizational energy use and explore renewable alternatives. So when we are going to assessing this environmental impacts and risks, so we see what are the advantages or what are the problems we are facing and other aspects. So the first one is the energy consumption. So about the energy consumption, we get to know about the we evaluate the environmental impacts of organizational energy use and explore the renewable alternatives. Maybe they are using coal as their primary source of energy to generate the energy, but coal is highly harmful in the terms of air pollution, and their waste also impact the environment in different ways if it is left exposed. So we go to the renewable alternatives, like we can go for the hydroelectric energy, or the best one is we can go for the solar energy, which is less likely to impact our environment. And the water usage, assess the organizational water consumption to identify opportunity for conservation and wastewater treatments. So in factories and the big industries, water consumption is one of the most important factor which should be kept in the mind. Like if we are using the water for one purpose and getting some wastewater, we can often use those water by treating it a little bit and again use it for the uh, cooling the machineries and all. We can use it for cleaning purposes and all instead of using the fresh water. And we must treat it again before we are releasing it to the uh, big water bodies like lake, ponds, or rivers. The waste generation. We are going to analyze the types of qualities and the waste produced and develop by the strategies for reduction and reuse and recycling. So the waste generation must be reduced by using the 3R principle: reduction, reuse, and recycling again and again. So till we are not getting totally useless product in an even after getting it useless, we can use it for the other purposes also. Emissions and the pollutions. This is another factor, like evaluating the air water quality indexes and all. And we can check mark the company to minimize their air pollution ratio to this mark only and implement it as soon as possible. Setting environmental objectives. So this is the procedure by which we can use it to set the objectives and targets. Like we can identify and prioritize, like determine the most significant environmental aspect and their associated impacts. Like in particular region, maybe air pollution is one of the most important thing which must be prioritized to be resolved. Uh, then we can determine the significant amount of problem and we can just mark it. After that, we can establish objectives. Like we can set the clear, measurable goals to address the environmental priorities. Like instead of setting imaginary goals, like we can reduce the pollution to zero, we can reduce it to the minimal to our extent that must be used, must not affect the environment, and on the other hand, it must not affect the production rate also. So the defined targets. So the developing the specific time bound targets only, and which is easy to achieve the objectives. Operational controls and procedures. So here is another step of uh, approaching that problem. The first one is resource management, like where we are uh, implement the controls, procedures, and optimize the use of energy and the materials. So first one is the resource management, means we are going to use the energy and resources like waters and material. We must use it in more optimized way. The second one is the waste handling. We are developing the protocols for the proper storage, transportation, disposal, hazardous and non-hazardous wastes. And the third one is emergency preparedness. Establish emergency response plans to prevent and mitigate, mitigate environmental incident and accidents. So the monitoring, measuring, and continuous improvement. So monitoring means first we need to monitor the what are all the like if we take an example, the monitoring, we are keep watch on the companies or the industries which are emitting high pollutions, and these organizations have that much power that they can even cancel the license of those companies. So by threatening them, or we can uh, make them stop to release more and more pollutions. So the monitoring means regularly collect, analyze the data of the environmental parameters and track the performance. Measurement, like establish metrics and indicators to evaluate the effectiveness of the environmental management efforts, like how much efforts and uh, how much their efforts they are keep making to less pollute the environment and maintaining some standards. And continuous improvement, using performance data to identify the opportunities for further improvement and take corrective actions. So by using those data, those measurements, how much differences it is creating while uh, emitting the pollutions and all, how much difference is there, how much it is harming. We can use those data and we can ask the companies to continuously improve their systems. So case studies and real world application. Automotive industry. Toyota's comprehensive EMS has helped the company to reduce waste energy consumption and emission across the global operations. So hospitality sector. Marriott International EMS has enabled the hotel chain to conserve resources, divert waste from the landfills, and enhance its environmental reputation. Municipal governments. The city's Seattle's EMS has led to the improvements in the efficiency, water conservation, and sustainable procurement and practices. Manufacturing plants, Siemens EMS has driven significant reductions in emissions, waste generations, and water usage, and in the production facilities. So that is for the today, guys. We are gonna meet in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you.